I take creation as that existence or nature in relationship to God. So creation always points to Creator. And so creation is everything from, the rocks, the stars in the sky, to the sand on the beach, to the water, to the little animals, to us. So we're all part of this creation. And when we say everything is Christic, is because really we're saying that the incarnation, or God loving the world, is God loving every single aspect of the world, every single quark, lepton, grain of sand, little butterfly. God loves everything into existence. How? Because everything is expressing God. Everything is some way expressing something about, even a quark expresses something about God. And you think, what? Because we're so used to thinking of Jesus, but Jesus, let's have kind of a real-time take on Jesus. If Jesus is truly human, then we have to admit that Jesus then also comes by way of evolution, right? God is at work in evolution all along the way. And I know that's been really hard, if not scandalous, for a lot of people to accept. But either we accept it, or you've got to get rid of all your modern equipment because it's all come about by evolution, right? You can't parcel out some things and then want to keep others. So when we say that, we're meaning love. How does love become incarnate? What does that mean? And, it's again because we have no real understanding of matter. I think matter is a form of energy. Well, it is. That's what science tells us, right? And matter is a form of energy. And what if, from all eternity, these energy particles, these energy particulars, have been entangled with God from what we might say in the mind of God forever and ever. And then God, freely decides to express that idea or that particular in this point, in this time. I mean, it's a mystery, and I never want to resolve a mystery, the mystery of God creating to a logic, a logical, analytical answer. But all we can say is that when God creates, God loves what God enters into what God creates. And so I think all along the way, and that God incarnating is the Christ, right? It's that wholeness in love, that unity in love. So, Gerard Manley Hopkins had a great sense of what we call the Scotistic. So it's Duns Scotus, the Franciscan theologian, really, who helped us appreciate what he called the thisness, right? This person and this leaf, bears the love of God within it, the Christification or the Christ. Imagine if we had a culture or a society of thisness, where you can't people are not algorithms, we're not numbers, we're not statistics, we're actually unique, unclonable expressions of divine love. I mean, could you imagine, like every poor person, every homeless person, every Muslim, every black, white, Asian, whatever you are, every gang member, you are a unique, unclonable expression of the love of God. Would we do what we do to people? Because what we do is we say, no way that person can be, love of God. I mean, they're just wicked people and we should just get rid of them, or replace them. Maybe we could have a robot in their place. We don't need them anymore, and that's where we have, this is where institutional religion has not helped, by the way. It has not really come. I think there's no Christian church that has really taken the incarnation as the starting point for understanding who God is.
Say that again?
There's no, from the point of Christianity, there's no institutional religion that has taken the human person as the starting point for who God is. But that must be our starting point because there's something about us that bears in an unimaginable depth and breadth and love. Look, see, and respond, not judge.
What would you look, see, and
and respond, because where there is love, one responds in love, right? And what's the response in love? You would never want to say, well, I'm going to kill you because really you're just, if someone truly loves someone, they're not going to say, You know, truthfully, you are just one block to my entire life. I'm just going to eradicate you.
Maybe not everybody's created in God's image. Maybe you're just a little hopeful.
Maybe you're just a little hopeful,
There's
right?
Some people
Yeah, right. Because we are the worst judgers. We're so harsh in our judgment. I mean, humans are the worst, and I really think, in all honesty, we're the problem to this whole planetary life, because we're hard on one another. We're hard on ourselves. We doubt. We're suspicious. We're critical. We have no sense of love at all. No sense of a deep, attractive power at the heart of our life. That's, and so we don't respond in compassion. We don't respond in a sense that respects the other as other, even if we disagree with them, even if we don't see things the same way, right? If people don't agree with us, I mean, we just eradicate them, whether it's verbally, psychologically, or however it is, or physically, and I think what we have created a society of deep loneliness, deep isolation. And, I look at some of the horrendous gun violence in our own time, and I ask, what has driven these people to such despair that the only alternative is to take up a gun and exterminate people? I mean, what has unraveled in the human mind? And do we have a part to play in that? And I think we need a little humility here. We need to own up, maybe, just because we don't tend to the love that is in our midst, do we have a part to play? You asked about creation groaning. We're not finished. Creation does groan aloud, right? And I think today, I think global warming, and I think the increased incidence of tornadoes and hurricanes and the severity of these natural events is Earth not only groaning, but it's crying out, that we are not loving, we do not love the Earth. We don't even attend to the Earth. We are lost in a shopping mall someplace, for Black Friday sales. And so we're unattentive, and we will be our own undoing. We will, if we do blow things up, it will be because we have chosen not to love. We have chosen not to attend to the depth of God in our midst. And it will be our own demise. I do think nature, though, will go on quite well without us, as I always say. Nature will be like...
We died trying to protect our religions.
Yes, we died trying to protect our religions.
Missing the point.
Exactly. And I think nature will be like, well, now, and God will be okay,
Like, what should we do with the dirt this time?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's play.
Because God will always be creative, always be bringing about something new. Love can never be conquered or quenched. And so I do think it will go on for, 10 million more years, or however many more years, again, for, one to grow into a conscious being in love and to respond in love. And that's really what we're called to do.